Hello everyone. So today I am here with Vyoma Pathak. She is the design practice lead at MOURI Tech, and she is here at the UX India conference to participate in the panel for design portfolio and mentorship. And today we will be having a conversation with her around the same and her design journey so far. So, hi Vyoma, thank you so much for joining in, and I'm really excited to speak with you about portfolio and mentorship and your design journey as well. So, starting off with, how are you feeling at the conference?
Oh, it was great. First of all, thank you so much for having me here. It's a great experience. I think this is the third time I'm coming to this conference, and it's been amazing. Bapu is amazing, as all of us know. It's very exciting to see so many different people talking about AI, the different types of perspectives that they are giving around it. So I'm looking forward to a lot of insights from here.
Definitely, definitely. These 3 days are going to be really amazing and very, very insightful with respect to everything that we have planned over here. So now coming to your design journey, right? So you are working at MOURI Tech.
Right.
And at MOURI Tech, you have set up the entire design practice at scale.
Yes.
So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Right. So actually, at MOURI Tech, I was the first design employee. When I went there, people were absolutely not aware what design is. Actually, the title that they gave me was a senior developer. And I was shocked. I was like, I don't know anything about development, but you've given me this title. But then eventually, when I started working, there were projects that they handed over to me, and they saw a value, a difference that was being created. Clients also started noticing that something different is happening. The customers are liking what we are doing. And then, so that's how we started realizing the value of design. And then slowly, we started building up the team. And now I am proud that I have 25 people in my team, some of whom we have recruited from college directly, trained while we worked, and some of them are seniors who give a lot of insights to build the team together. So that's how it is right now, and we are working across different domains. People are enjoying, and it's a challenge to keep 25 people together,
Definitely.
making them have fun and give a productive output at the same time.
Right. I think that's been a remarkable journey for you since you started out as the first designer and now you have a team of 25 designers. So, in this process, what were the major challenges that you faced, starting out as a designer yourself and then scaling up everything, setting the design practices at MOURI Tech, and then setting this big of a team and working across domains?
Right.
What have been your any like one or two challenges that you would like to share?
I think the biggest challenge, and I think many of us also face it, is that everybody thinks they are a designer.
Right.
And everything that you've done is challenged. That I don't like this. Because people start getting personal also. I don't like this. I don't like why you've done this. So it's very important, I feel, for a designer, like even which was said in the talk earlier, that we need to be able to sell ourselves. So along with designing something, I've realized that being able to tell why you design something and attach your logic to it and convince the person is a very important skill. So that has been one of the major challenges. And I think now having come at this stage, people have started listening to me within the company. But there's still a challenge that when we go to clients, I also to be able to convince what we have designed. So that's one of the challenges. And the other thing is working together with developers, trying to understand what we design needs to be able to be developed as well, and striking the right balance. That's another thing that we've been trying to do.
Definitely, definitely. Thank you so much for sharing. So since you have been talking about your challenges, I'm sure that since now you are at a leadership role right now, and you must have had situations where you had to adopt your, adapt to different leadership styles across the years and across how things are changing. So how was that transition for you?
Yeah, so I think the transition has been tremendous because I started as a single person. So it was a one-man show, and then trying to identify the people who have the same DNA, who would work with me and have the same goal towards designing. That was the second challenge. Then after that, after having somebody with me, as a leader, keeping them challenged and ensuring that what they are doing, they like doing it, because otherwise there's no results. So those were the two things. Always, I used to have within the team, we used to have Friday sessions where people would tell what is the new thing you learned, are you being challenged, and we even played games together. So it was necessary to keep the people bonded, to keep the people challenged. At the same time, it was also necessary, with so many new things coming in together every day. It was also important to make sure that every person keeps himself or herself updated with what's out there. So all those things needed to be done. So along with doing design, these were the other things that needed to be done.
Right.
And then there's always different kinds of people in the team. You need to be able to talk in a specific way to a specific person to get the outputs. So those are the different kinds of challenges that I've faced as a leader. As a leader also, within the company, paving a path for design, as I said earlier, was one of the challenges. So there was once a time where I said I started off with a title of a developer. So even fighting and getting a design title was one of the things that I did for my team. And now we have principal designers, junior designers, and seniors. So that's the kind of thing that has happened.
Right. So you've had quite a challenging journey, like after listening to everything.
Yeah, that's because, majorly this has been a services company. It's not a design studio per se. So that's where the different set of challenges have happened.
Definitely. So even a service-based company has its own set of challenges which you need to be ready for. Right. So since you have been working at MOURI Tech, and before that you have worked at startups as well.
Right.
So how was that transition for you, like from a startup to a company like this?
So in a startup, I think one of the major advantages of being in a startup is that it's like a small family. You get to know everybody, and everybody's working at the same goal together.
Right.
There's hardly any space for politics over there.
Correct.
So it's very nice working together. Everybody's helping out each other, and you're working towards the same goal. When I transitioned to MOURI Tech, also, it was still a very small, as I said, the design team was nothing.
Right.
So it was still a small company at that time. But now that's the different challenge that I face, being able to communicate with totally different verticals. So there's digital, there's Microsoft, there's other teams who are there. So there's a difference in the thought process, the way they work, and being able to work together with them in harmony to deliver something. That's the major difference that I feel is from a startup to a big company.
Right, definitely. So at MOURI Tech, you would be working across different verticals.
Yes, there's a lot of different verticals. As I said, there's SAP, there's Oracle, there's Microsoft, and then there's this design team who works across everybody, because everybody needs design at the end of the day. So yeah, working together is a different challenge. That is
right. The collaboration part would be the key over there. Thank you so much for sharing about your journey. I think even for me that was a learning experience, because I see myself as a leadership at the leadership level in the upcoming years. So now coming to your panel talk at UX India. So it's about design portfolio and mentorship.
Yeah.
So since you have been working with a team of designers already, and I'm sure you would be looking at portfolios and, mentoring designers all this while.
Yeah.
So out of your experience, what are some things that truly make a portfolio stand out, or a design candidate stand out for a job role?
Right. So actually, when we are talking about portfolios nowadays, if you see, there's a lot of fancy UI, fancy interfaces happening all over. And like today, even AI is doing it. The first place where I sort of cut out portfolios is where I start seeing too beautiful of a screen, but no thought process behind it. So when I'm looking at a portfolio, I want to see more of the thought process that has gone behind. How did you try to understand the user? How did you try to understand the problem that you're solving? How did you strike a balance between the user and the business? And what are the results you got? Screens are very important, but they are still secondary, because we are still talking about experience is the most important part of it. And something, if it's beautiful, it doesn't solve the problem, it's of no use. Absolutely. So I think it's very important to be able to put through your thought process in your portfolio, then you've got a winner over there.
Right, right. So you must be getting like, hundreds and thousands of portfolios. So since you described about the first level, right? So after that first level of selection, what is it that you really look for someone who would be joining your team?
Right. So one of the important things I learned from my mentor was that whenever we're getting new people on the team, it's very important that no matter at which role I'm taking that person, there should be at least one thing that I learn from him. Even if I'm at this role, that person should be able to teach me something in the journey. So it may be just being able to present nicely, or being able to talk in a nice way. Anything, it may be anything. But the person needs to fit into our DNA, and there should be one thing that I feel that he or she would be able to teach me through the journey. So that's one of the important things for me.
I think that's a really beautiful thing that you just said, that you get to learn from their journey and from them as well. So at the same time, that would be humbling as well at times. So that's
it's always a give and take journey, because I feel you can't just be saying that you're a leader, give me. It's not. Even I have within my team, I have an expectation set that, okay, you're coming to me for reviewing your designs, but if you take my suggestions without arguing with me, that's not going to be accepted. So whatever suggestions I give, I need to hear why you did something, and if or not you accept what I am saying. So it's very important for me.
Right. I think that is something that would truly set you apart as a leader as well. So now we have our audiences, looking at this podcast. So they would love to know that if you have any advice for them, any top 2 suggestions for their portfolio and how they can truly stand out in this, ever emerging market at the moment.
I think at this moment, when we are looking for profiles or portfolios, one of the major things is that there's a lot of AI generated content in it.
Right.
And it's very easy to get AI generated content, and it's very easy to get addicted to generating content via AI, because it looks pretty and it looks like what everybody else is doing. But that's again another point where like somebody like me would quickly understand that this is not genuine, because this is AI. So it's very important to have your personal touch, what they say, human in the loop or something like that, where you have taken your creativity and applied something on top of what was done to give it your identity. That's what again would set you apart as a good designer. So that's very important. And again, as I said, it's very important to showcase your thought process within the projects that you've done.
Right. I think these are very crucial suggestions that you have given, and these will really help our designers who are watching this video. So it has been a pleasure to know about your journey, Vyoma. So now moving ahead to the last segment for the interview, I have an exciting part planned for you, which is a rapid fire round.
Okay.
So I will be asking you 5 questions and you have to answer like back to back.
Okay.
So are you ready for the rapid fire round?
I hope so. Let's see.
All right. So here goes the first question. So how would you describe yourself in one word?
Cheerful.
All right. So what's one book or movie that you find inspiring?
I think the book was Fountainhead. It was a very difficult book for me. I mean, I'm sorry, it's supposed to be a rapid fire, but just a couple words. It was a very difficult book for me, and I had read it long back when I was just starting my career, and I read it again last year. The person, Ayn Rand, she's got amazing views of what design should be, how you should look at design, what is the purpose of design. And what struck me was the way I perceived the book 10 years ago as compared to the way I perceive today is entirely different. So yeah, it's one book that I really love and I stand by.
Thank you for sharing that transformation which happened in those 10 years.
Yeah, because the outlook has changed a lot, I suppose. So we should do that, I think.
Definitely. I'll also take the suggestion for the mountain head.
Yeah, the Fountainhead.
Yeah, the Fountainhead. Correct. So coming to our next question, what's the best part about your work day?
Oh, the best part about my workday is interacting with my team, because it's always filled with fun, so much ideas, a lot of coffee happening.
Right.
And I have a very, I'm very lucky, and I'm sure it's with all design teams, because the people are so creative. It's very informal, and that's where a lot of ideas are generated. So that's the best time of my day, always.
Right. That's great to know. So, our fourth question: what do you love about UX India?
About UX India, I love the energy that's there, because it's amazing to see design people together. There's always such electrifying things happening. It's also fun to see how people dress up and come. It's fun to see how they just don't care about the world. So I love to be in this type of.
I think that's a great observation. All right. So, coming to our last question. So, if not design, what other field would you have been in?
Oh, I would have been a dancer for sure.
Oh, wow, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So, with that, we would like to wrap up our session. So, thank you so much, Vyoma, for joining us today. It was lovely speaking to you, and I hope you have a really good time at the conference.
Yeah, thank you so much, Akruti, for having me.